Hello all, in this section we will be seeing HTML tables. So the HTML tables allow web authors to arrange data like text, images, links, other tables, etc. into rows and columns of cells. The HTML tables are created using the table tag, in which tr tag is used to create table rows and td tag is used to create data cells. Okay, so the tr stands for table row and td stands for table data. The elements under td are regular and left aligned by default. Okay, so if you want to, we know actually if you have some data, we can actually present the data in two different formats. One is you can actually paragraph, you can create a paragraph and you can display it to the user, or if you want to show just the point, okay, we can actually do that using by creating a table. Okay, so we'll be seeing how a HTML table is created, and as said, we'll be inserting 3 images inside a basic table first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going back to my project. Let's go back to our project in the desktop folder, the index file, sorry, project folder, and I'll open this using open with notepad or notepad plus anything. Okay, I'll use notepad itself. Okay, and I'll just drag and drop this inside. Okay, fine. So what I'll do is I'll just delete this image and I'm going to create a table here. Okay, I'm going to close the table tag. First I'll create a row. For creating the row, you need to have the tr tag, and inside this row I'm going to create 3 columns. So column is created using td. Okay, so I'll copy this and paste this. Okay, so let's see if this is getting displayed or not. Okay, I'll go to the output, I'll refresh, but the table is not yet displayed. The reason is, if the table has to get displayed, you need to add border equal to 0 property, border equal to 1, border equal to 1 property with the inside the table tag, such that our table will be displayed. A small table is displayed here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to insert 3 images. Okay, I'm going to insert img src equal to images. It was inside the, I'll close this also first. Okay, it was inside the images folder slash img1.jpg, and I'm going to tell the width, I'm going to set the width, okay, to 250 px, okay, and the height also to 250 px. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so the first image gets displayed. Okay, fine. And again, what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to copy this, I'm going to put it inside the second column. I'm going to change this to img2.jpg, such that the second image also get displayed. Now I'm going to go back to the project folder. Inside image, I'll change another image. Okay, let's change this to img3. Okay, and I'll come back to the code, and again I'll paste this, and we'll change that to img3.jpg. Okay, such that we'll be getting those 3 images inside the table. Okay, so if you want to align, or display some text or image inside a table, we will be able to do that. Okay, so we have created a table. For creating the table, we can use the table tag, followed by we have to use the attribute border, and we have to give the property value as 1. And then if you want the row to be displayed, then you need to use the tr tag, and then the column, for displaying the column, for creating the column, you need to use the td tag. Okay, and then you can actually give a heading to the table. Okay, so we can actually give a heading. If you want to give a heading to a particular table, some contents in the table, you can actually do that by using the th tag. Okay, so I'm gonna go back inside my table, and I'm gonna give tr. Okay, I'm gonna create a row, and instead of writing td, okay, I'll be using the th. Instead of writing td, I'll be using the th tag. Okay, so th and closing th. There are 3 columns, so I'm using 3 headings. Okay, and if I want, I can give like this image 1. I'll be deleting this after some time. Image 1. Okay, and I'll write image 2, and I'll give this as image 3. Okay, I'll go back and I'll refresh this, and let's see. Okay, so you can see here it gets 3 headings: image 1, image 2, and image 3 for single images. So this way you can actually add headings to the contents or the data on the table. Okay, and then we have something called as the cell padding and the cell spacing. Okay, so what the cell padding does is that it will actually increase the room size inside the cell. Okay, it increases the room size inside the cell. For example, cell padding equal to, I'm giving as maybe 10. Okay, so what happens, like we'll refresh and see what happens. Okay, so there is more space coming in between the images. Okay, the space inside the what cell is being increased. So if you are trying to give cell spacing, okay, we have given cell padding. If you are trying to give cell spacing, what happens is that spacing between cells, okay, or space will be applied between the cells. You can see here space has been applied between the cells. Okay, so I'll add some 2 more images, and I'll be removing the heading and all. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll just go back and we'll make this image 4 and image 5. Okay, I'll give image 4, and I'll create one more to image 5. Okay, fine. I'll come back to the code, and I'm gonna change this to, I'm gonna add image 4 and image 5. Okay, I'll just make this image 4, and I'll make this image 5. Let's see if it goes out of page or not. Okay, so I'll just include 3 images only, time being. Okay, so let's add 4 images. Okay, fine. And I'm gonna remove the headings also. Okay, so headings can be given with this th tag, and for the moment I'm gonna remove the heading. Okay, so I'm gonna increase, okay, so I'm gonna increase the space between the cells to by 30. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna make this or 40. I'll give this 40, and I'll make the table align to center. Okay, I'll first give a center tag. Okay, Control C, Control V, /center. Okay. Okay, let's see if this is actually working. If I am applying the attribute table align equal to center, table align equal to center. Okay, so in 2 different ways you can actually align the contents to center. One is you can actually give a center tag, and within the center tag you can actually give the table tag and the contents, and the next is you can actually give the property, align property to the table tag. Okay, so I'll remove this 0. Okay, I'll remove that border equal to 0. Okay, and so what happens is, like you can see, it is properly aligned. Okay, so we cannot see the table, but the images are coming in a single line, properly aligned. So for these kind of purpose, we can actually use the table tag. Okay, so I'm adding one more HR after the table tag, or I'm actually including a horizontal rule or horizontal line after the image. Okay, Then we can actually create, we can merge columns or rows, okay, of the table. Okay, for that I'm going to create another table again. Okay, I'm going to create another table for showing you a col span and a row span. Okay, and I'm going to create a row here. Okay, so I'll first add td slash td. Okay, and then I'll again add another td, give slash td. Okay, I'll add one more td. Okay, so we'll paste this here, and we'll create 3 more rows by pasting it. Okay, and we'll give this table border equal to 1. Okay, fine. And in the first td, I'll make this as maybe for th for clear understanding. I'll change this to th. Only the first the columns which are mentioned inside, the td's which are mentioned in the first tr. Okay, I'm going to change this to th, and this one also to th. I'm going to add serial number, name, age, and marks. Okay, and we will see what happens as output. Okay, so we can see here a table has been displayed with some particular columns, rows and columns. Okay, so if you want to actually merge, okay, if you want to merge this age and marks, I'll just zoom it and show. Okay, so you want to merge this age and marks, combine it together. What you have to do is, like, you need to go to age th, and you need to write col span equal to 2. Okay, and then you need to mention age and marks, and you need to delete the last th, and let's see what happens. So age and marks has been combined together. They were in 2 different columns, but they have been combined together. So this is called as col span. Okay, so you can merge 2 different columns using a col span, and from which column you want to merge, within that column tag you need to give this col span equal to property. Okay, and similarly, if you want to combine, okay, I'll just give some values here. One a name as maybe Rahul, and his age is 23, and his marks is maybe 90, and in the second again 2, I'm gonna Ravi. Okay, and I'm gonna age is 24. I'm gonna give him also 98. Okay, so I'm given some value here. Okay, so if I want to combine these 2, okay, if I want to combine the 1 and 2. Okay, this is a sample example. So if I want to combine the 1 and 2, what I'll do is, like, I'll go to the first td again, and I'll write here row span equal to 2. Okay, and after that, what I need to do is, like, I need to delete the second that particular the cell. Okay, so I'm deleting that td, and I'm writing here 1 and 2. Okay, so if you go and see the output, what happens is, like, that cell has been merged. Row wise, both cells has been merged. So the first row, the second row. Okay, the first row we had actually given the headings. In the second row we had given some data. So second row, first column has to be merged with third row, the first column. Okay, so the second and third has been merged row wise. Okay, and you'll be getting such an output. Okay, so you can actually combine your columns and rows together. And if you want to give some background color also, that is also possible. Okay, you can actually give border color and background color also. Okay, so if you want to give some border color, you can give it as like you have to go to the table tag and you have to give border color equal to, I'll give red. Okay, let's see if it is working. Okay, the border color has changed to red, and if you want to change the background color, you need to add BG color equal to maybe yellow. Okay, I'm not going to give this. I'll for showing I'm doing. Okay, so you can actually apply border color and background color to a table. Okay, in such manner. Okay, so you can actually add background images also to the. If you want to add background image, that is also possible. Okay, so if you want to add background image, I'm going to change first, remove this thing. I'm going to add background equal to from images folder, images slash, I'm going to just give first images background img1.jpg. So I'll refresh, and you can see that the background has been applied. Okay, the background images has been applied. So if you want to give background color, you can use the attribute BG color. If you want to change the color of the border, you can give border equal to border color. And if you want to give background, you can actually use background attribute. Okay, so and if you want, again, if you want to increase the size of the image, you can actually set the width and height of the table. If you want to set the width and height, you can actually give, for example, table width equal to 100%. Okay, so if you give table width equal to 100%, what happens is like the entire screen, okay, from left to right, it has been fully 100%. The width has been set to 100%, or you can actually set it to custom, like for example, width equal to 50px, width equal to 50px, or like 400px, and height equal to, sometimes the height property doesn't get applied. Okay, 400px. Okay, let's see what change is happening. Okay, so yes, the height property is also has been applied. So the width and height of the table can be changed using the width and height attribute. Okay, fine. And you can actually add a table caption also. Okay, using the caption tag inside a table, you can actually give a caption tag. Okay, inside table, you can give a caption tag, and you can give caption to the table, and you can actually separate the entire table into 3 sections. That is T head, T body, and T foot also. Okay, for example, like if you want to bring in the bring the headings to this part to as you need to consider as heading, then you need to give us T head. The closing tag is here. Okay, slash T head. Okay, and if you need to change this to T body, you can change to T body. Okay, T body. And if you need to consider another row, okay, some other rows, okay, the rest was here, and you need to consider another row as the footer. You can do like T foot. You can create T foot tag here, and you can, after the closing tag, you can give T foot. Okay, so let's see what happens. So what happens is like this got us heading, and this went as body, and this went as the footer. I think I have set the width and height. I'll just remove the width and height. Okay, just remove the width and height, and we'll refresh and see it again. Okay, so it has been set as the head part, and this has been set as the body part, and this has been set as the footer part. Okay, okay. So similarly, likewise, we can actually we can actually split up a table, and we can split up into head, body, and the footer sections. Okay, so we have actually the table tag can be used for 2 different purposes. One is we can actually bring in contents, like bring in the graphics like images, and we can actually align them on a page like this. And at the same time, if you want to display some values to the user, you can also do that by creating the table, and you can set the width, height, border color, background color. You can even give a background also to the table. Thank you.